What's good, guys? It's your boy Chris Stronger back at you with another video, and I'm getting knee deep into the conversation dealing with Jada and Will. Once again, we have a situation going on out here in celebrity land. All right, so first and foremost, to really kind of talk about this fiasco at the Oscars, I don't like the idea of people thinking this is fake, because my thing is that first of all, I want to go ahead and debunk everything right now that's talking about this being fake. Like, no, this was some real stuff. Like, when you heard Will, because if you heard the full version where it's unedited on YouTube, or wherever you may hear it, when you hear the full version, you hear the way he was going at Chris Rock. Okay, this was all real. Now my thing is this. I want to go ahead and take it back a little bit and talk about the subject entirely, because let's look at why it got to this point. If we go back to the table talk, all right, Will and Jada put their business out there for people to critique it, talk about it, and have their opinions. Okay. Now, what Jada did, and she confessed what she did, for some men would be grounds for walking away from that situation. Like, ain't too many dudes gonna just put up with you messing around with your son's friend, having an entanglement. Now, I've talked about this before, and my opinion is still the same. Jada is wrong for that. Jada is straight out of pocket for that, because she wasn't happy. Now, I had a conversation with somebody else who tried to say that, oh, well, what about Will's dirt? And she was unhappy and this and that. She never said she was unhappy because of Will out here in the streets with other bitches. That was never what was talked about. Unless I'm wrong and I don't remember it, going back to the table talk discussion, I don't remember Jada saying, Will, you was out there in the streets, so that's why I was doing what I was doing. And I don't remember Will or Jada ever confirming that they were in an open marriage. All right. Apparently, it looks like they went their separate ways for a period of time. That's what it seems like. But we don't have any evidence to say that this was just some open marriage. Maybe they were going through their situations and they stepped away from each other. But it is what it is to try to put this on Will, that he somehow deserved what Jada did. Now, I'm not finna hear that. I'm not hearing that at all. Okay? I'm not hearing that at all. And I've talked with other people about this, and I said that we could see back from the table talk that Will was having issues in his family. And some people are gonna try to say, oh, well, you're not in Will's family, you don't know what's going on. That man lost control of that household a long time ago. Facts. Everybody can see it. Ain't nothing to hide there. It is what it is. And why? Because we could see it. And he said it at the table talk. He showed you. They talked about it. That it was going to hell in the handbasket for a period of time. Okay. And then she winds up fucking her son's friend. An entanglement. So Will has been on the edge because he's kind of been the laughing stock in the celebrity world for a period of time. You know, he's been on the edge. He's been stressed out. Will's been tripping, right? He's been holding all this internal energy that everybody was giving him, basically picking on him. And he started to lash out. He finally decided to lash out on Chris Rock. Now, I'm sure everybody's seen the videos. Everybody's seen it. It's all over the internet. I'm sure you know about it. All right. But I'm going to say this. There's some levels to this. Chris Rock is a comedian. Yeah, facts. Did Chris Rock step over the line? Yeah, we'll say a little bit. But Will to go all the way up on stage, to have a man trigger him that much to where he going all the way up on stage and assault this man. Act out of pocket. As far as he took it that far. And first of all, Chris Rock just bodied this blow, by the way. He just sat there and took the hit. He didn't even knock him off the square. Right? He just took a step back and leaned right back into him. Because Chris Rock didn't even expect it to come. Man. What I don't like is the argument. Is he's such a man's man for standing up for his family, defending his wife's honor, when she was indeed fucking her son's friend. Where's all that respect at the red table? Where was all that respect back then? This is why it's so difficult to try to base celebrity reality or celebrity lifestyles off of reality, because it'll happen for them a certain way. But in most cases, because what people want to do is equate this to their real lives. Yeah, ladies will try to get in here and be like, well, Jada and Will did da-da-da. Yeah, I ain't Will. You gone. You do that foolishness. Say what you will if you want to try to get in here and judge me about it, but I'm not putting up with that foolishness. And most men would not. I had a discussion today because I'm in class now, and I asked one of my instructors. And I said, would you co-sign on what Jada did? Well, you know, we got to talk about the morality of this and that. And then I said, no. Not Will's morals, your morals. Would you sign off on what Jada did? He was like, well, no, I wouldn't. Exactly. And why wouldn't you? Because no man will want that in his household. Facts. So when he took it to the point of going up on stage, smacking Chris Rock in the face, it's like, bro, really? You let him completely get up under your skin that much where you're going to take it off on a soft target like a Chris Rock? Seriously, fam? And you ain't have that smoke for nobody else. You didn't have the smoke with Jada to deal with her, because at the table talk you look like a docile little puppy. You should have had smoke for August Alsina to go smack him around a little bit. But as far as we know, that didn't happen. As far as we know, that didn't happen. And if you did, you should have made it public, because she embarrassed you in public. So you should have had somebody like, yo, hit record, hold my phone, and go dust his ass off. Because you knocked fire out of that nigga Chris Rock, but you ain't do shit to nobody else. I was watching Shannon Sharp this morning. Undisputed. Shannon Sharp is saying, I would have came up out of my suit, dragging his ass across the stage. He said, you ain't finna run up on me with none of that foolishness. He said, oh, it's we finna go some rounds. You better pack a lunch, nigga, because we finna go for a while, nigga. But the nigga Chris Rock just sat back and said, "Ka. All right, Will, you a bitch." Because that nigga bodied his shot, by the way. And then, with all the anger in his voice talking about, keep my wife's name out your mouth and this and that. Now you got all the smoke in the world, huh? Because you went at Chris Rock. You have smoke for nobody else. Nobody else. Right? But he's defending his family. He ain't defending shit. What family? She don't respect you. Because at first, he was laughing. And then Jada gave him the look. And said, you better do something about it. Most men agree. The way you could have easily handled that was tighten, you know what I'm saying? Straighten up. Look Chris Rock in the face and be like, hey, bro, Cut that out. Cut that out. Too easy. Knock it off. Or you drag his ass backstage. If that's what you have to do. Deal with that nigga accordingly backstage. I'm not saying don't. I still would have somebody record it. But now your big moment getting your Oscar has been sullied because you decided to show your whole natural ass in front of the whole world. Because I disagree with this notion, because a lot of the other side is talking about, oh, he's defending his wife and this and that. And I'm like, defending his wife? But see, this goes to another point. Do you see the type of behavior they reward? Do you see the type of behavior that gets rewarded in our community? When men act like rabid dogs that can get sicked at one moment's notice. Sick boy, go get him. Or a send-off mission. Putting his life, his career in danger. If Chris Rock would have pressed charges, Will would have went to jail and Jada would have been sitting back. All for what? Pride? You see what you have to be in order to really be respected in the so-called community? This is why we travel. Because the culture is a fucking joke. It's ridiculous. These hoes is clapping like old birds talking about, oh yeah, look at Will standing up for Jada. Fuck that nonsense. That type of behavior could get that nigga killed in some places. He lucky he picked an easy target like a Chris Rock. I'm not saying that if you out and about with your old lady somewhere, that if you moving through some type of area, if somebody wants to run up on both of y'all with some foolishness and he puts his hands on your old lady, then you have all rights to break his motherfucking face. But what I'm saying is, nigga, this was a joke. This is a comedian on stage, nigga. So what, now you gonna set the precedent that we supposed to get mad and lash out at comedians if they say something that we don't like with your sensitive ass? And now you got smoke for the world? You got smoke for the world with Chris Rock and I guess other soft targets. But you didn't have shit to say when other people was lighting your ass up. You didn't say nothing. You didn't do nothing to the main nigga who was digging your wife's back out. Nothing. Nothing. That is the exact type of culture that the community breeds. Is you're a lapdog and you only move on the orders that they say you're supposed to move on. I'm not saying Will should have done nothing. He should have addressed him, but he didn't even have to get out of his seat to do that. He could have did whatever he needed to do right there in the chair. He could have straight up told him with a serious face, nah, bro. Cut that out. Knock it off. Right? He didn't have to do all the extra theatrics, putting his career in jeopardy, showing that he can't hold his shit, making it look like he got some mental issues going on internally. And he probably does, and the issue is sitting right there with him at that table. Because you got all this heat and all this smoke for everybody else when the main thing that you're dealing with, the issue, is sitting right in front of you. You laying in bed with the problem that you're really dealing with. And you just mad because the rest of the world can see it. I would at least say, if you're going to stick it out with Jada, the hell are you doing showing your natural ass on TV like that about it? If you cool and you ain't bothered by it, the hell? And you want to pop off, you know what I'm saying, like a hurt schoolgirl. You got your little fifis hurt. You gonna run up on stage and smack the nigga. Like, oh, he handled his business. He ain't handled shit. He made himself look like a straight bitch. because she told you to go up there and do some shit. Fuck that. Fuck that. Where was the smoke when everything was happening about a year ago? Where? Yeah, apparently you ain't got no issue doing stuff in public. So you should have promptly found Alcina ass wherever the fuck he was at and drugged that nigga in whatever street he was on. If that's how you really feel. To where you just protecting your family. Then why didn't you deal with the main threat, my G? That shit don't make you look hard. You run up and deal with a soft target like a Chris Rock, nigga, what? And he making jokes? I mean, you been getting them jokes. And you said not a word. Right? And he said not a word. And just in a moment of just risk it all. Let me run up on stage. Make a fool of myself. Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. You ain't help yourself. He ain't help himself. He ain't help himself. He ain't help himself. Like I said, I can see if it was an altercation to where something was happening immediate in public, right there, where y'all in the streets and you trying to move around and have a good time with your family, your lady, and some fool run up on y'all with some foolishness, and you cold cocked the nigga, you know what I'm saying? You put hands on him. That's, yeah, I understand that. Everybody understands that. But had it been anybody else, I feel like it would have been a fight on stage. Chris Rock tried to keep his composure as a professional. He open hand smacked him. And luckily, he didn't retaliate. He even said he wasn't gonna press charges as far as we know. Wouldn't have been me. Fuck that. Wouldn't have been me. It wouldn't have been a lot of dudes. They wouldn't have went for that shit. So I'm tired of the narrative of it seems like there's some who are trying to champion Will for what he did. Bullshit. I'm tired of the narrative though. It was fake. It wasn't fake. And I'm tired of the narrative that, oh, Will was doing his dirt too, so he shouldn't be mad at Jada. Bullshit. I can't say he should have divorced Jada straight up. I can say I wouldn't have tolerated that nonsense. Whatever situation he got going on is whatever he got going on. But I'm going to say this though. If you're going to stay with Jada, then all this energy you got for somebody like a Chris Rock, that should have been long gone out of your system. Apparently it's very surface because the world can see how triggered you are. So it's just like, fam, what are you doing? You made it seem like you was over this. Right? And apparently what triggered him, or what really brought it home, was she has a hair condition with the alopecia, and Chris Rock was making the G.I. Jane jokes. So basically referencing her cutting her hair. And I still don't say that was enough to warrant you rolling up on stage and then assaulting him. Sorry, I don't see that, bro. Because in the beginning, old boy was laughing like it wasn't nothing. And then he looked over at Jada. See what I'm saying? Right? Like I said, we can only go based off of what we know. We can't run this little speculation like what Will may have did or may have been doing. They didn't discuss it at the table. Why didn't Jada say it if he was running around with certain females? You know, a lot of people thought him and Margot Robbie had a thing. You tell me what black woman today is gonna put all her business out there in the streets and knew her man was doing some dirt and then didn't even mention it. Really? Really? And Will himself not even saying like, well, you know, I understand I was doing my thing too, and you know, this is one of the things we had to work on in our relationship because we took a break, and you know, I was out doing my dirt, and you know, and you know, you were doing your thing, and you know, she said she was unhappy. And I'm disappointed because a lot of y'all will take that as her being able to have a pass on the fuckery that she did. Shame on a lot of you niggas. Shame on a lot of you niggas. Jada was the fuck out of line for doing what she did. Will was the fuck out of line for reacting the way he acted. Chris Rock shouldn't necessarily step over the line and throwing them jokes out there. But at the same time, two negatives balance each other out. But at the end of the day, Will looks like the one who's losing control. As a man, hold your shit together, nigga. You don't go out here popping off on every little emotional thing that gets up under your skin, because there are consequences for when you start losing your shit in public. You don't get a lot of leeway like the ladies do out here in these streets. Didn't Ryan Coogler not too long ago, maybe what, a couple weeks ago now? All right, some lady called the police on him because he looked suspicious, I think at a bank ATM or something like that. Like, bro, people are itching for a reason to call us, you know, aggressive, over masculine, you know, something to be afraid of. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, all of the condescending comments that they'll say about us. You just gave another reason. This is why, as men, emotionally, you're supposed to hold your shit together. Because what he demonstrated is that he has less control of the house than we thought he did. Look at what he did. Look at what he's showing us. Okay? How is that a strong leader? Right? You know what I'm saying? Just like, I mean, like what, you just lose control and run up and turn to violence? I don't advocate that for nobody. Because if you set that kind of precedent in the community, a lot of people seeing that, a lot of young black men seeing that, thinking, oh yeah, that's how you stand up, he handled his business like a man, da da da. No, you niggas are led by your emotions, and that's what get most of y'all fucked up in the first place. Because it's too easy for you niggas to get set off by little shit bitches say. And next thing you know, you in a situation. Haven't we heard all the stories about these niggas going to jail for these women? Getting shot up in the streets, defending her honor, putting you in send-off missions, stuff like that, putting you in situations where you got to put everything on the line, where she sit back and has two niggas fighting each other. We already got some people in the manosphere talking about that very same instance right now. These female panelists will get up here and start something, or create or host a whole show where she's starting something, and she'll just have two niggas fighting at it, going at it, fighting, and she'll just sit back and just be like, oh, it's whatever. Fam, I'm disappointed in a lot of you niggas. I ain't gonna lie. It's a lot of y'all I'm disappointed in. Facts. Come on, man. That's not how we handle business. All right? That is not how we handle business. Right? You know what I'm saying? One of my boys said, many wars were fought over women. And I said, exactly. Simps go to war over a bitch. Therein lies the problem. And that is my point. Right? You got to hold your shit together better than that. We got to hold our shit together better than that. Keep that shit close to the vest. Right? Keep that shit tight. There's more than one way to handle your business. And in that situation, on a grand stage like that, where he was like, what, 20 feet away from you? Come on, my G. Come on, my G. So, guys, that's the video for today. Appreciate you guys for joining. Like, comment, subscribe. Get in the comment section, man. Let me know how you guys feel about this one. I want to hear your opinions. I want to conversate. I want to get in here in the weeds and see what y'all really feeling about this one. All right. Thank you to the new subscribers. Thank you for the guys who have been following me. Everybody who's been supporting the channel, seeing the channel grow. You know what I'm saying? Hit me up at my website, chris.strongart.com. Also hit me up on Instagram, Chris Strong Art as well. All right. So guys, appreciate you for joining, and I'm gonna see you on another one. Peace.